I'm Ryan Sullivan. Welcome to Buddi News Roundup. We're going to catch up with a story that we featured last week on JetBlue. We've got a family reunited with a missing pup. We've got an abnormally loud cat. Some are calling it the perfect story. We've got a man rescuing dog and a dog rescuing a man. With me, as always, are Nathan and Layla. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Great. All right, let's get to the stories.
All right. Our first up is the dog that was abandoned at the airport. There is a follow-up story on that, so let's go ahead and start there.
Okay, buddy, go home.
A confusing roller coaster finally came to an end this past weekend for a now famous dog nicknamed JetBlue.
This is about JetBlue and his new family. This boy deserves to never be abandoned again.
Danielle Roth here runs Retriever Rescue of Las Vegas, which was contacted about 3 weeks ago by Las Vegas Metro PD.
We're back with a dog left alone.
After authorities say JetBlue was abandoned by his owner at the airport's JetBlue ticket counter. That woman was then arrested and had 10 days to claim him. That did not happen.
During those 10 days, we reached out to the woman that was charged. She hung up on us.
But fast forward to this past Saturday during a much happier occasion captured by our station in Las Vegas, when JetBlue was actually adopted by one of the responding officers that day, Officer Skeeter Black and his family.
We're going to enjoy him. He's going to be very much loved. And, yeah, we're just excited.
Needless to say, Officer Black was not the only applicant. Danielle sent me this video of the rescue's inbox, which received more than 10,000 emails and around 3,000 applications from all over the world. Thankfully, though, the love has spilled over to other dogs. At the doggy daycare behind the press conference, dogs like Hutch here were getting adopted too. Not to mention the shelter has also received thousands of dollars in donations, thanks in large part to the bravery of one really cute dog.
JetBlue Airlines donated $6,000 when they heard about his story. That got doubled by an amazing, that got doubled. And I'm not allowed to say by who, but that was absolutely huge.
And guys, so far Danielle tells me a dozen dogs have been adopted thanks to all this attention, and she expects that to go up as they continue reading through all these emails that they've received. Guys.
Couldn't love this story more. We've got a bad incident that took place. A woman just abandoned her dog at the airport when he didn't qualify for the service dog. And, right, he gets then taken into this animal shelter. He's going to get adopted. He looks so sweet when they have the one picture of him with his little beard. He looks so sweet. And when you see him interacting with people, it's just the sweetest dog in the world. And then not only does he have an happy ending, he provides happy endings to all of these other dogs there at the shelter. Love it. Absolutely love it.
That horrible woman who I hope never, ever gets out of prison does not deserve that sweet baby. I'm amazed they even called her. And then the nerve to hang up. Okay, where do I begin? First of all, kudos to JetBlue and whoever matched their donation. Good for them. Corporate America doing something good. Yes. I love the waterfall effect. This just goes back to the more you share stories and you can bring light to things, the better you can do. So lots of other dogs finding homes, and I'm sure kitties too. That horrible woman actually did something good.
Well, she didn't, but
Yeah.
Her action did. And this is just one more thing. It's like the end's already written. This dog was going to be saved. Like, he was going to be okay. He's the sweetest pup ever. He's just so cute. And I love that the rescuer actually was the one that got to take him home. It's adorable.
Yeah, it's a great story. And I do think it is kind of a lesson that when an awful person does an awful thing, it does open the door for a lot of good people to do good things. And that certainly happened here. You know, how many dogs that might not have been adopted had that not happened now are going to get adopted from that shelter. Because we don't know, all the, adoption centers are overflowing with dogs that no one wants to adopt. So, but, this brought that attention and opened people's hearts. So, a kind of gift on the edge of something really bad happening. So it was, what a great story.
percent.
Let's go ahead and have something pretty interesting. I came across a little show called Doug to the Rescue, and I thought it'd be neat to show a couple minutes of it. I know you guys will appreciate it. There's a guy that helps rescue cats and dogs after fires, and so in the Northwest. And so there's a really neat clip, and so I wanted to show it. I know we're going to enjoy watching it. Check it out.
The Pacific Northwest has had a dry summer, and that's made for perfect conditions for fires. They've been catastrophic, like an epidemic. Oregon's had it especially bad. High winds pushed the fires fast and hot, wiping out entire neighborhoods. 40,000 people received evacuation orders. Fast-moving fire and mass evacuation makes for lots of missing animals. So that's my next mission. I can't fly drones when there's planes flying in the sky. So I have to wait until the planes are completely gone out of the area. That'll be a few days, so I've got some time to charge batteries. So I've been texting with my old friend Shannon. He's a cat rescue expert, and after the big fires in Oregon, he's wanting us to come up there and help him find cats. I haven't seen Shannon in a while, but I know that when I go out, we're definitely going to find cats because he's the best there is at finding cats in burn zones. Shannon lives a couple hours from Oakland, but we're going to make a quick stop first. So we're in Davis, California, and we're about to meet Rob, one of the cameramen for the show, who was with me in Louisiana and fell in love with this one dog nicknamed Tequila, and he actually ended up adopting the dog. Oh, hey there.
How's it going? It's so good to see you. Good to see you too. You nice to see you?
Yeah. Hey, Tequila! Look at you! Aw! Look at you! Look at his tail going and everything now. He's used to all this now.
I remember like when we picked him up, we were so worried about him biting one of us when we were trying to get him into the car that night. And, you know, on the way back to the shelter, he just rested his head on my shoulder the whole way. And it was just so clear to me that, you know, after all he'd been through, all he wanted to do was to love and to be loved. And that was just so sweet and wonderful to me. And I wanted to give him a home.
Rob isn't always the cameraman, but he will be joining Shannon and me in Oregon. Unfortunately, Tequila will stay home. He likes cats, but not in a helpful way.
Love it. Man, these stories and this is great because we have visuals on Tequila, right? He's a dog. He's scared. He doesn't know what's going on. He's had a hard life. And then he meets a guy who just wants to love on him. And then when we see Tequila later, he's a totally different dog, right? He's not scared. He's happy. His tail is wagging. He wants to play. You can even see like his eyes are lit up. Just great. Doug is obviously doing some good work there. I'm glad he's going up to rescue cats too. Nice.
I think that it's whenever I see like with the Palisades fire or these kind of widespread fires, you always know you're an animal person when the first thing you think is, oh man, all those animals that are going to hide, run. I think there was someone in the Palisade fire. It was one of the hurricanes or something where she went back to her house. Like 4 days later, house is leveled. She's still crying for her dog, and the dog crawls his way out from the debris. And it's like, those are the stories, but I'm always so panicked. And I love that there's people that go out and try and help that because it is such, it's such a need because people are focused on other bigger things, which I understand, but then there really needs to be somebody that's thinking about not just finding them, but reuniting them. And when you can't reunite them, finding them a home. So Doug's doing great work.
Yeah, there really are people out there just doing the Lord's work. I mean, they're not out there making tons of money. This is not something that, is growing their investment portfolio. They're doing it because they love it and they love animals and they love to, be of service to the community. And so it's just, it's a real uplifting story, and it encourages other people to do the same. So, some real heroes there. All right, our next story is a dog who saves a man who fell. Dogs are heroes too, so let's check it out.
Finally, a senior on Manitoulin Island credits a neighbor's dog for getting him help. CTV's Lindsay Alick has more.
89-year-old Mickey McKinney went out to move his snowblower one cold February afternoon when he slipped and fell. He says he tried to get up but couldn't.
Eventually, I started getting worried. I have one of these, a helpline, but it was in my pocket and I forgot completely about it because I had a cut on this arm. That's why it was in my pocket. Anyways, to the last resort, I started yelling for help.
Rosa, the dog next door, heard McKinney yelling and alerted her owner.
She went to the door, the front door, and she barked, which was unusual. I mean, there was nobody there. And so I got my boots on and her leash, and we went outdoors. As soon as we got outside, I heard a call for help.
Gilchrist and another neighbor tried to get him back on his feet, but needed to call the ambulance for assistance. McKinney was a police officer for over 30 years and says this is the first time he's been the victim.
I brought her some cookies the next day. Yeah, she's a lifesaver. I think so anyways.
She can see people come out and she'll know who they are, because I can tell the tail's wagging, if it's the neighbors over there or here. And no, I'm just totally amazed and very proud of her and shocked that she did all that and saved Mickey.
McKinney ended up with stitches on his one knee and says all things considered, the outcome could have been much worse. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Mindamoya.
Great story and great ending there.
Beautiful story from Canada. It's cold up there in Canada. Look, when I was growing up, the staple of comedians was making fun of the TV show Lassie. And that was, oh, what's that, Lassie? Ruff, ruff. Oh, Timmy's in a well, Lassie? Ruff, ruff. We better go save him. And everyone has a hearty chuckle. No, dogs do this. It's not a joke. The dog will communicate to you, as Rosa did, hey, something's going on outside, and, gets the lady to go outside. Once the lady's outside, she hears the neighbor calling for help. Help arrives. And dogs do this all day long, all over the world, and I'm glad somebody listened to Rosa.
I think it's also a lesson in the dog is very unassuming. You'd never look at that dog and be like, that's a rescue dog. I mean, it's just a little lap dog that, you might classify as like a yap dog, a yap dog, an ankle biter dog, but she did good things. So I just think that's their instinct. It's their natural drive to be helpful. And I think it's a super cute story. And I'm very glad she saved the former police officer. It's a cute story.
Yeah, I thought it was neat. After a life of being a police officer, he's usually been the one doing the saving, and then he ends up getting saved by a dog. So, I think that's pretty cool. Definitely an uplifting story for sure. All right, now I got one that you guys will definitely appreciate. A very loud cat.
I've never heard a cat purr so loud before. I like to think of them as almost like binaural frequencies. It's like how we listen to healing frequencies. Sometimes he'll pop up on my chest and just be purring his loud motor into my face for a couple hours. and I could just be away, like in my room, working on homework, and he'll just be staring at me and purring from afar. So it feels like I always have someone who truly loves me, which feels amazing. I'm Chris, and this is Peach's story for GeoBeats. I found Peach when my friend lived on a barn, and she had all these stray cats running around, and Peach is abandoned by his mother. I had to bottle feed him every 2 to 4 hours. So it was quite a journey. It's been about 10 or 11 years now. I think he knows that I saved him because I've never had a cat that's been quite as affectionate or as grateful as Peach has been to me. He's very much like a human in that way. He kind of like greets me every morning and waits for me wherever I go. So it's definitely changed the way I see cats. He's not afraid to ask for more affection. If I'm not petting him or I'm focused on homework or watching something on my phone, he'll definitely come up to me. So I have to be dedicated to him. He waits by the door for me when I leave, so it's very hard to be gone for too long. But when I do get home, he lets me know he's upset. He starts whining and crying a little bit.
I got news for this guy. He is Peach's mom. And when he bottle fed Peach, he became Peach's mom. And Peach is a mama's boy, and he's very dedicated to this man. And it is interesting having owned several cats. So right now we have 2 gray cats, brother and sister, Gordy and Gigi, and they purr, but it's very, very quiet. You have to really listen for it. And then we have Buddy, our Siamese, and he's loud. He's not quite as loud as Peach, but you can hear him purring. He purrs all the time. So it is different among different cats, but I love this cat that he's so vocal and he's so connected to his guy, his mom.
Peach is adorable. Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a cat that loud. It almost sounds like a human snoring. So I don't know how that works out for him if he's purring like that all night, but he probably has just gotten used to it. What a cute cat. And what a sweet, when he was holding on to his papa's arm and the look was back off. This is my dad. Super cute. Love it.
Yeah, I had a question for you guys. You guys are more cat people than me, so you already answered the question. None of your cats have been that loud. But have any of your cats been that affectionate the way that guy's cat is?
Not quite as affectionate. I had a cat when I was single before I met Layla named Kitty Boy, and it was just him and I. So he was more devoted to me because there was just him and I in the house. And now Buddy is more my cat. Usually if you have more of a couple people in the house, then the cats will gravitate to one person. So Buddy's my cat, Gigi's Layla's cat, Gordy kind of gravitates to Layla's father, Zoe kind of gravitates to Layla's mom, and they get their person, so to speak.
Gigi can be very territorial. She'll lay on me, she'll hiss if someone tries to get near me. She doesn't, she wants to be on my lap and she doesn't want anyone around.
Right.
But yeah.
That's interesting. All right, let's move on here. The next one is a reunited family in Miami. They're reunited with their dog. It's a great story.
Right now, a family reunited with their precious pup after someone was caught on camera picking it up from their front yard.
And Local 10's Kristen De La Rosa is in Southwest Miami-Dade with a happy ending to this missing dog tale.
This has turned out to be quite the cautionary tale, and this family that went through so much heartbreak is now hoping others with beloved pets take note.
I need to wait.
Sounds of overwhelming emotion. And look at the little dog wagging its tail in the arms of 24-year-old Rashard Riley. He's had Pepper since he was a boy.
I don't have kids yet, so this is my son right here.
How do you feel?
Relief.
Kanisha Riley called Local 10 after her family's 12-year-old Shih Tzu was taken. Her son had let Pepper out in the front yard, as they always do, to go to the bathroom. When he came back to let him in, Pepper was gone. Surveillance video shows the longtime family pet being picked up by a woman in this black pickup.
We fear for the worst. I haven't eaten in 2 days. When I did see that video, I just thought he was gone forever.
After I was aired today on Channel 10 News, a random person from this area called me.
A neighbor called her saying a woman posted a picture of Pepper on pawsboost.com saying it was missing. She called the number on the online flyer.
We both connected and realized that that's my baby. She just happened to see him by himself. I see that she immediately posted him. So it wasn't no bad intent.
Let me tell you, this doesn't always end this way.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
I just thank God got him still.
How are you going to make sure this doesn't happen again?
Well, he's going to be overwatched now. So I have 2 other dogs as well in the house. So I think everybody's going to get chipped real soon.
One happy family counting their blessings tonight. In Southwest Miami-Dade, I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
The lesson, of course, is chip your dog, chip your cat. I don't quite know if I believe the woman's story of I just saw the dog and stopped to get him. I don't know if I believe that. Let's give her some doubt. It is, hey, do you rescue these animals that you see walking along the road, or is it better to, especially if it's more in a neighborhood, of letting that dog get back home? I don't know. Maybe it's better to just call. You don't want to call animal patrol, maybe, or control, because then the dog's in line to get euthanized. So I don't know. But we got a happy ending here, which is always good, and I'm glad the dog is back with his owners.
I actually think it looks like she was trying to be helpful. I think, look, when you see a dog with no collar, no tag, they're walking on the street, I'm always nervous that they're going to walk into the road. And so I think she was trying to be helpful, especially considering she posted him immediately on a lost pet site. So she was trying to do the right thing. And I agree with you, Ryan. Chip your pets immediately, because that would have solved all the problems. Because if I find an animal, if I find an animal and he has no home, he's coming home with me. Sorry, babe. But the first thing you do is take him to any vet, and they will scan that chip and they will tell you this is the owner, this is the phone number. It doesn't cost you anything. Like, you can take him to any vet, you can take him to, any place that does anything with animals, and they will scan that chip. And so it's very important to get it done early, and keep your information up to date.
Yeah, agreed completely. It's funny, in our neighborhood down here in Burleson, we are on a Facebook group for the neighborhood, a private group. And there's one dog named Fish. It's a dog named Fish, and that always gets out and is always roaming the neighborhood. I don't know who owns it. Someone in the neighborhood owns the dog, but just periodically, apparently, and like everybody knows, like, oh, Fish is out again, just letting you know. And it's just like a post, like, Fish got out again. And so, I think that's good. But yeah, it could be, dangerous for a poor fish there. But yeah, it's something that you deal with. All right, let's move on to a nice story about with all the snow, a snow plow driver rescues a dog, which is great.
2 dogs are safe at home on Long Island tonight after a terrifying run on Sunrise Highway in the middle of Monday's blizzard. In near whiteout conditions, a snowplow driver came to their rescue, and John Diaz has that story.
Town of Babylon foreman Kenny McGowan is no stranger to dangerous and snowy conditions while plowing the roads. But what he saw during Monday's blizzard stopped him cold.
At this turn, I looked over and I seen something in the corner of my eye right there. And then I looked in my mirror and I saw a dog. I'm like, that's a dog running.
But it wasn't only one dog, it was 2, running side by side in the middle of Sunrise Highway.
Being an animal lover, being a father, I went right into protection mode. I was going to do whatever I had to do to stop these dogs from getting hurt.
Kenny says once in a safe position, he boldly parked sideways across the highway near Town Hall, using his truck as a shield.
And they ended up going into the median right in the middle where it was like 3 feet of snow. And they like buried themselves. One dog laid on here and the other dog went on top of him. So it was like I knew right away that they were like, that they were close. They were family members. They were sisters.
With help from other Good Samaritans, Kenny was able to wrangle up the 2 lab mixes and put them in the back seat of his snowplow to transport them directly to the town's animal shelter. We're told both didn't have collars.
If nobody would have found them, they could have frozen.
The 2 dogs were at the animal shelter for less than 24 hours. Caretakers realized very early on that they were bonded and tell me at no point were they separated. and that bond may have saved them.
One of them, we were able to scan for a microchip, and then we found out that the other one did have a microchip. It just wasn't in the traditional spot.
Two sisters who refused to leave each other's side in a blizzard, now safe with their family, and one plow driver who saw danger in the road and chose to stop.
Everybody should think that way. It's somebody else's pet.
From Babylon, Long Island, John Diaz, CBS News, New York.
Now, the family of the two dogs did not want to be on camera, but they did pick up their dogs this morning and say that they are grateful. Still unclear, though, how those two sisters got out in the first place. Still a big mystery, but they're safe at home.
I think that's the most Long Island accent I've ever heard in my life. I love
dogs,
it, though.
I tell you what, those dogs are great.
There's good dogs. I knew them. There was really good dogs. And hey, I just went into dad mode, right? Got to save the dogs.
It was great. That's
No,
part of the story.
salt of the earth guy. I love that he went into dad mode. Puts his plow over the roadway, right, to save these dogs. He's got help from a couple other good Samaritans. I'm glad the dogs were chipped. Hey, let's not get too shady on the owners, how the dogs got out. I don't know. And that can just happen, especially with different weather than they're used to. And so, but thank God they stuck together. Sisters, stick together and unite, and happy ending again. Love to see it.
Yeah. How did they get out? They're dogs. Like, they live to be escape artists. That's their job in life. I love that they stuck together. It feels like a Disney movie. Like, all those dogs that there's networks of dogs that all help other dogs. I feel like that's real. I love the big burly guy with a heart. You'd never expect that guy to be like, I'm going to, stop everything and save these dogs. And also chip your pets. It's another chip your pets, chip your pets, chip your pets. Because when this does happen, exactly what we just talked about in the last story happened. He took them to the shelter. They scanned the chip. They found them. They could tell immediately they were together. Yeah, they're escape artists, so that's how they got out. They live to do that. Great story.
Yep, all around great story. I love the guy that he was willing to just put his car sideways and stop them from getting hurt and, be the protector. And that's what we need more of. So it was great to see. All right, final story is about a pet supplies drive, and there is a barcode up, and they're still taking pet supplies. So if you're watching at home and you want to do something great, go ahead and reach out to these folks. But let's take a look at the story.
All day long, we're going for it and working to stock the shelter.
Yeah, this month, the focus is on animals and helping the folks at the Michigan Animal Rescue League in Pontiac. And so far, you guys have really responded, helping us raise more than $3,400. Erica Erickson has been there all day and joins us now with an update. So folks have really been showing up to collect items, donate items, huh?
Oh my gosh, this has been amazing all day, Kimberly and Damon. Well, first of all, I want to introduce you to Daphne. She's 10 years old. She's up for adoption. She loves cuddles and food. I mean, who doesn't, right? We're at Michigan Animal Rescue League, by the way. It's in Pontiac. We've been here all day. We just had more people donate checks, by the way, and the total amount of money donated today is $4,600. Thank you, everyone, so much. Take a look what we've been seeing today.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Stocking those shelves with toys, food, you name it. And hanging with the local 4 gang inside and outside, collecting your donations.
Okay, thank you.
For the animals in need at Michigan Animal Rescue League.
I won't be ignored, Dan.
Some of you generously showing up to help pups like Ro.
Found with her puppies in a suitcase.
Or little Rose found in a garbage can, both in Detroit. Pulling up before the sun came up, Eve, who donated at one of our last Go Forward events.
I got up extra early to get here and drop it off, and so, I love animals.
The animal lovers pouring in with food, blankets, cleaning supplies, even dropping off checks.
Animals can't do it themselves. They need help.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for.
And the shelves stocked thanks to all of you
We need to help those animals because they rescue us. I cannot go out there and physically rescue. If I could, I would. This is my way of saying you do that good job.
It's really important, the work that they do here. They're fantastic, and I wish there were more of them out there.
Those here have one thing to say.
Thank you so much. I mean, it allows us to do, what we do.
For animals like Ro.
Like a little Ro, yeah.
Don't forget where your donations go. Thank you so much. If you couldn't make it out today, you can snap your pic on the QR code on your screen. Your donations will go right to animals like Daphne here. Reporting live in Pontiac, Erica Erickson, Local 4.
All right, Erica, and good to see the weather's not stopping folks from going out there to donate too.
Yeah.
Love it. Good things going on in Detroit. Thank the people at Channel 4. And I think that reporter is in dog heaven, being stuck out there in Pontiac all day. I think she's having the time of her life. And kudos also to all these people donating either food or cash or checks or whatnot. It's not great weather up there right now, and they're making it happen. So good for them.
I love to see my home state doing good things. Her Michigan accent was on point. I just like to point that out. And a couple of things. Look, the Stock the Shelter, good for them to create a campaign. I'm a marketer. Anytime you can if you can mobilize something and create a campaign around it, it's a good idea. But they will take your donations anytime. Your local shelter will take your donation when they're doing the stock up drives. Think about this as just like when you think about food banks. When there is need around certain times of the year, great. A lot of times if you get an order, I order a lot from Chewy. If I decide I don't like the food or my cats don't like the food, they'll oftentimes refund your money and tell you to donate it. Do that. Drop it off. They'll take it. They'll take as much or as little as you have. They're always accepting donations. So great story. Do what you can. I can't rescue either. I would just take them all and bring them home. And so that's my way of rescuing is donating. And I have a giant pile that's going to go out tomorrow. So Ryan's going to help me load it. I have a bunch of stuff I'm sending donations.
Yeah, it's great to see the community coming together and doing that. I was also gave me an idea. I saw the kiddie pool with all the balls in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that would be great to do for my dogs. They would probably love that. So
They would
I might
love it.
try that. You guys might be seeing a video of me trying that.
Love it.
Well, that's it. That's all the stories today.
It's another good week. A lot of good, it obviously, it's kind of a cliche. We hear all the bad news out there, but there are good things happening in the world. And I'm glad we can bring some of these good stories to people.
Yep. Good stories all the way.
Have a good week, y'all.